Is India a beneficiary of the US-China decoupling, or is it going to get hit by China decoupling, or both?
At an obvious level, India is a beneficiary. It's quite clear that there's a sense that what China loses, India gains on, whether it's manufacturing or supply chains, if the tariffs on China are much higher than the ones on India. But it's complicated again because China just edged out the USA last year as India's largest trading partner. Through the worst geopolitical tensions and border disputes between India and China, that trade has continued, despite calls from pockets of Indian public makers saying, why are we continuing business with China as usual? But not just as business with China as usual continued, except for, let's say, a ban on TikTok and, other apps. The volume of trade is just, as I said, it just edged out the USA. But there are Chinese inputs in Indian manufacturing. If you look at Indian pharmaceuticals, for example, you have imports from China that go into the assembling of what you're making in India and then exporting. I would be very curious to see whether Trump or the Trump administration looks at that as an Indian product or an Indian product made with Chinese imports. So I just think there's so much we don't know. And I think I also want to stress on the fact that while, for the Western world, India is this countervailing force to China, and that benefits India, the strengthening of the Quad and so on. I cannot stress enough that India is going to forge its own relationship with China. And I don't think that the West fully understands that.